Alrighty, it is round 6. I'm 3 and 2. So if we take a look at what I got here, I have 2 enchantment-based removal spells and 2 large creatures. I'm going to keep this because I'm on the draw. Opponent said hello. I'll say hello back. That's polite. Witch's Oven. Alright, I'm dead. No, I should be okay. Play Island, pass. See what they do. If this is the Cauldron Familiar deck, I'm in a lot of trouble, though. I have no hard answer to the stupid cat. Okay, see, that's fine. That's just a 2-mana 2/2. I'll allow it. I'm gonna play Island, and I will pass the turn. They're gonna sacrifice it? No, okay. Cool. I'm willing to take 2. See what else they do. I'm not ready to fire off this so tiny quite yet. Foreboding Fruit. Alright. Just taking 2. Yeah, I'll just take it to my turn. Play land, I'll play Tome Raider, I'll draw a card. See what I get. Queen of Ice. It's fair. Alrighty. So, I'm looking for lands. I got a lot of good cards in my hand. I just need to cast them. See what my opponent does. I assume they're not going to use interaction. If they use interaction from my creature, then I'm way ahead. So instead, they're probably just going to attack, which would make the most sense. I'm not going to block it, because why would I block it? And then they're going to play a Reaper of the Night. Discard 2 cards, huh? Arcanist Owl and Steel Gaze Griffin, I think. Yeah. Arcanist Owl is difficult to cast, and Steel Gaze Griffin is expensive. I'm going to pass the turn. No attacks. This time I will be blocking. I'm going to flash into Fairy Vandal and So Tiny. Try to kill the Garenberg Squire. Unless they, cast something here. Actually, I'm just going to cast So Tiny. I have a Charm Sleep. I'm not going to block, I'm just going to take 0. No reason to incentivize them to use a trick. No blocks. Pass. What else you got, opponent? You got 4 cards in hand. There's the Familiar. Oh boy. It's creatures. Well, that's not good. I need to draw some cards, like now. Thing is, if I can get Sir Conrad in play, I gain some advantage on the life. Opponent's at least taking damage. Alright. Wow, I am just not getting there with the lands. This is probably the end for me. I gotta diminish their life total like immediately. This food generation is going to get out of hand really fast. I need some way to interact with this Cauldron Familiar thing. They're just going to bring it back every turn. Yeah. So, if I can get Sir Conrad, then they're only dealing 1, which I know that sounds kind of like, oh boy, so great, but, so great for me, but it's still, I can still sort of race that. They could sacrifice the food for life, admittedly, right? But then they don't get the Cauldron Familiar back. So, that's not the worst trade ever, but I need to get to that mana. I'm going to just snap trade for the Locthwain Paladin. I'm willing to take 1. Another Sir Conrad. That's awkward. Gonna go to combat. Gonna attack for 2/3. I'm gonna play Queen of Ice as a creature. I'm playing this because it attacks for free. Murderous Rider. Yeah, that's fine. If I'm being honest, Queen of Ice is a little different than Fairy Vandal in this particular situation. Fairy Vandal can get bigger, but like at this exact moment in time, it's a 2/3. It's a 2/3 that they can block with the Cauldron Familiar, admittedly, but I will get there. Scalding Cauldron. I'm gonna kill my Queen of Ice, I assume. This is really awkward. I just wish I was drawing like a land or two. They have this mana-less combo that is dealing basically was 2 damage to me a turn, and I don't have an answer. Wishful Merfolk. All right, this is a good first step. They have to use removal again if they want to interact with me on the ground, and then if I can just get one more land, Sir Conrad should start doing enough, hopefully. I'm hoping Sir Conrad can do the trick. They're going to play the 4/5 is the thing, right? So I basically need to, if I draw the land, I have to decide between, oh, actually now I don't have to decide at all. I'll play Sir Conrad. Just worried about this. Oh, it's to 6, not 7. Okay, yeah. I'll play Sir Conrad if I draw the land, which I really kind of need to draw. I can play the Charmed Sleep, admittedly. Alright, perfect. Sir Conrad, the Grim. They'll sacrifice the cat right now, assuming that they understand the interaction. Nope, they did not. Alrighty. So if they don't have removal in hand, I got some good creatures. If I draw another land, I can Moonlit Scavengers. Not even sure. Exiling my Sir Conrad. How callous of them. So they did have a removal spell. It's a shame. Fortunately for them, I have a second Sir Conrad. I'm going to take 3. See what they do. Play with Lochthwain Paladin. Oh, Murderous Rider. It's fine. Alright, play Sir Conrad. Yeah, I will, I'll pass the turn. See if I can't get there. It's stopping them from sacrificing the familiar, at least. If I can get another land, I can play a 4/5. The problem is that there's no good target, right? I guess the Cauldron Familiar. Just because these other creatures... Oh, nope, Barrow Witches. There's no card to return anyway. Yeah, I just block with Wishful Merfolk. I should, in theory, be able to trade, or not trade with it. I should be able to bounce it, or I can lock it down with the Charmed Sleep if I don't draw the land. Yeah, all right. So I'll bounce it with my 4/5. It's a nice big blocker, and it removes the counters the 2 Unveiled Tree Folk gave. So it becomes a 3/4. There's no value for it in the graveyard currently, and can protect myself. This is also doubly important because I don't want to be forced to Charm Sleep the that creature. I want to Charm Sleep the Reaper of Night, which I assume is going to be their play for the turn, because that flies when it attacks. Yeah. So I'll Charm Sleep that, and I'll play a 2/1 dies. 1, 2, 3, Charm Sleep. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack with the 4-5. At this point, creatures die, I start gaining value. Yeah. Like, he's chomping, but he's taking one. And then I'm going to play a jousting dummy, which blocks. Blocks and dies if I need to. So again, it's kind of awkward. Sir Conrad the Grim, huh? That will be turned into a pumpkin shortly. I can also do it with adamant, so I actually get to draw a card off the exchange. First things first, I'm going to go to combat. Going to attack with the Moonlit Scavengers. And I will offer the trade with either of my creatures. Okay. Should have played the land. I'm going to return Sir Conrad into a pumpkin. Which lets me draw a spare card. Sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar. Alright, so they do 1 damage to me. We each mill 1. Another creature. Alright, I make a food token. I draw a card. Okay. They return the cat into play. Okay, Sir Conrad goes to their hand. I get a food token. I will go to the next step. This will die. Deal 1 damage to my opponent. I will play a land. And I will pass the turn. I think I'm dead here. I think this is the end of my run, unfortunately. I'll crack the food token in a moment here, almost certainly. But they can sacrifice the cat. That does 1 ping of damage. Now, if I sacrifice the food token, I live another turn. Unfortunately, I have no way to permanently remove Sir Conrad now that it's resolved. This little combo, it's cool, but God, do I hate it. Not just because I'm losing to it, it's just kind of a lot of clicks, a little frustrating. Feels a little unfair when you're playing against it in limited. Mill 1, nothing happens. I draw the land. Mill. 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 And then I will play a land, and I'll pass the turn. You mute your opponent? That's a good question. Each take a damage. I respond by activating my Sir Conrad because I'm a spiteful person. And there we go. Got out Sir Conraded. Went a healthy 3 and 3. I feel like the deck could have done better, but that's my first Throne of Eldraine, or my second Throne of Eldraine draft. It went alright. The deck was kind of weird, to be honest. Felt a little light on removal for being blue-black. All the removal is enchantment-based too, which you can see there is a weakness of enchantment-based removal, especially in a modern limited format, or a weakness of enchantment-based removal in modern limited format. A lot of these creatures have relevant abilities besides simply being a stat machine. Sir Conrad's obviously insane, as you saw there several times through the matches, mine and my opponent's Sir Conrad. Other cards like Tor Bran, or even ones with good activated abilities, they just dodge the effect of the removal. Even things like Tome Raider, they're little cycling creatures. They get a little weaker to enchantment removal, but I felt like I played well, at least for the most part. I definitely made the mistake on the turn I attacked with the Jousting Dummy. I could have killed the Murderous Rider. It wouldn't have done anything to change the outcome of that game, certainly, but no excuse for solid play. Anyway, I'll see you next one.